Hello, I'm Jennifer of Gin and Cocoa. It's been a while, but I hope you have your mugs of hot chocolate ready because we're going to be diving into some of our topographies. So I'm excited about this. It has been a while since I've been on. I've been busy at work, don't worry. I have not been slacking off in my time off. But let's take a sip and dive on in. Okay, so the reason I've been gone for a little bit is I've had a few personal things just that I've needed to take care of, but also this next step of transporting the projected, or the plates that we had made in G plates, converting that over into Inkscape has been much more of a process than I had anticipated. Much more. However, I am happy to present to you this map right here. So this is a rough map. I'm not going to say super rough, but it's a rough map. There's room for flexibility on it. It is not perfectly settled as to this is the be-all end-all, this is how it's going to be. But this is a rough map of our coastlines here. You can also turn on, so you can see this is where our plates that we had mapped out originally were. And how our current landforms fit on top of those. You can also see that I've also added in... Oh, that's the wrong button. There, wrong one. Whoop. I've also added in some ocean currents to help inform our world creation here. All credit for how I've came up with these goes to Artifexian and their tutorials and videos on ocean currents, and actually even on how they do topographies and such, which is what we're going to be working on today. So I will show you part of what I've been working on over these. Whoops, wrong button. Actually, so we've been working on creating this. You can see I've been started creating some topographies. These are very rough. These are going to take a lot of finessing and a lot of time. This has been a slow process to get this far. So we're going to be probably on this for a while. I'm definitely going to be working on this a lot off stream as well. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. Just following where our plates are, and then also like with on either direction. And I have G plates open in the background, so I have a better idea of how these plates are interacting on a globe rather than on this plane with some of these very bizarre looking arrows on this 2D surface. So I have a decent idea of some of that. So that's good. However, it's also worth noting that yeah, these are all rough. This is subject to change for sure. Oop, wrong one. Also, our color scheme, I was running into some issues with it. I'm not thrilled with our color scheme between 6,000 feet and 1,000 feet. Apologies to anyone out there who does not use the customary system of measurements, but that's what I'm most familiar with, so that's what I'm using for our topography base. So, sorry, not sorry. Okay, so we have here all of our... So yeah, we're going to be working mostly on this continent to start with for two reasons. One, it's not our biggest continent or our smallest one. It's actually it's a medium-sized continent. Two, this is the continent where our Flaunal species first evolved on, and is likely to be currently residing, is likely where Mesopotamia is going to be. So I'm thinking Mesopotamia is likely to be somewhere around here-ish, I think. So likely I still need to work on a few things a few details like that. But my idea right now is that this is our starting continent, as it may be. So yeah. But yeah, honestly, just being able to look at even this much of a map excites me. just am so happy that we have, even if we just went just to the coastlines. And you know, so there's some things that I still need to adjust on our topography map that I haven't adjusted yet. And like there's small details like these cracks and fissures in the landforms that I want to start adding in more, because our coastlines are very rough and very basic and not super realistic right now. So there's a few, like there's things like that that I want to work on as we carry on with this. I'm not super. It doesn't need to be super realistic. I am not trying to make the best of maps, because I know that that's well beyond my abilities at this point. And also well beyond my time frame. This has already taken way longer than I had anticipated to begin with. So working on just getting the currents set up was a surprising amount of effort and time. Not effort, just a surprising amount of time to get that all set up. So yeah, it's been a lot. However, things are looking very good right now. So, whew. Okay, going back to topography. So we're going to at least keep the color scheme that we have right now, just because it's already set up. We are going to be working on, I believe we're on 500 is our current level, so let's make sure we get the right color set up for that. I need... And like I said, a lot of this is going to take editing and refining. We are doing just bare bones basics at the moment. Because we have some things where our coastlines are now being overshadowed just because I didn't want to go too steep on our mountains. But our mountains had to follow our plates, so or pretty much following our plates, so didn't really have a whole lot of option there. So we're going to zoom into 170%, because that's what I've been working on for everything else here. And I want to maintain that consistency. Let's double check that this is a different color. No, okay, we already actually have some things in 500, but we haven't gone fully around this mountain range yet. And gone all the way down to sea level. And like I said, everything I'm working on here is very rough and very subject to change as we carry on. Right now, my current goal is to get a basic mountain ridgeline set up with some basic topographies coming off of it. Then from there, we'll add a few more, with essentially our basic slope coming down, so get an idea. Then I'm going to start adding in some kind of side mountains where I feel like more folding in of the plates would happen, just because of the shapes and that sort of stuff. Like around here, I think there'd be more, some smaller secondary ridges and such. Same thing with around here on the continental side of these mountain ranges, where I think there's going to be a few more, where it's not going to be just a singular straight line, where there's going to be a little bit more, like you can see what I've already started to do a little bit here. So I'm going to start doing a little bit more of that as we carry on. So you kind of get these parallel lines of ridge lines. So, and also areas like here, where it just would make sense for a lot more buckling of the plates to occur as well. So yeah, there's a lot of those things I want to work on. Okay. Let's see. Whew. So, let's see, we've carried on all the way around here, so we are going to have to extend out further into the ocean to make these plates happen. Woo! Yeah, this is the slow process of setting things, of creating this world. And I was talking with my brother the other day. He was asking me, so why are you putting this much effort into this? To which I was kind of saying, and I'm bringing this up because while I mentioned it on stream before why I'm doing this, it's also been a while since I've been on stream, so let's chat some about that. while we were working on on word creation, I was running into a rut of just not having a whole lot of concrete ideas to tie my words to and to trying to inform my word making decisions. And part of that was just because while we had discussed like rough plans for some of our avian creatures, and like their habitat and that sort of stuff, where their or first sort of societies are, we hadn't really gone into anything specific, and that was really limiting my ability to create, or my personal ability to create more words for this society, just because I didn't have much to tie the words into, and I really try and keep I very much try and keep culture in mind when I am creating words. So having a better developed culture is useful for me as I am continuing to create this. And the reason why we're creating the map is because it'll help me figure out what sort of landscape that they are, or that our current societies are living in. Like, is it a very mountainous region? Or is it super coastal, and like an island area? And so there's things like that that I think will help provide a lot of detail. I also want to note that as I'm working on this 500 layer, I'm realizing when I've been doing some research into particularly my home state of North Carolina, woo, because it actually has some interesting topography. Due to having both the Appalachian Mountains and the Outer Banks all within its range. So you actually get a very interesting slope coming throughout the entire state. Nothing extreme, nothing certainly like these. It's no Rockies, it's no Himalayas for sure. But it has helped me looking at just those sort of topographies of my own state has actually given me a lot of ideas. Like to know that this 1,000 and this 500 foot levels are definitely right now they are way too steep, and that's just something that we're going to have to work on. I don't have as much of a problem with it personally when we get close to the ocean like this. But certainly in these interior land regions, these need to be much more shallow gradients. Because when I was looking at some maps of our state, or like some topographical maps, I was pretty much noticing that I think our highest point in the state is Mount Mitchell, which I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it's like 8,000 feet tops. If even, it may be like 7,000 or 6,000, but still, like, if you're assuming that most of the North Carolina is going to be under 6,000 feet, you're in pretty much a good ballpark. But I was pretty much seeing that, like, a third of the state goes up to, like, 500 feet or so, or maybe 1,000 feet tops. Or actually, no, like, about a third of the state goes up to about 500 feet, and another third of the state goes up to about 1,000 feet, and then, like, a sixth of the state goes up to 1,500 feet, and then the rest, all our mountain ranges, is like the last six of the state. So I clearly, like, this is one thing I'm saying, like, right now we're working on just rough ideas, and why I'm really just trying to get this ridge line in place. Because there's a lot here to work with. And so I just need to get some of these basic ideas. Hey, this is not what I meant to do. Because I can actually just do that. Huzzah! Let's go! Alright, awesome. So here we are. We have made our next layer. And you can see it's kind of these two colors here is where our trouble arises as far as like coloration goes. It's gonna, I don't know how well y'all can see it on your screens, but for me it is not the easiest distinction to make. So like there's some, I'm happy with most of my color scheme except for when we transitioned from this tan color to this green color. And if you want to know how I've done this, I'm using the same method that Artifactsian has laid out in his Atlas tutorials. So I just used the what's called blend. I think called blend and whatever he was using, some sort of Adobe tool, and here it's called interpolate. But essentially, figuring out a way. That's how I made my color scheme for both, or from this, and I just kind of based the colors off of the color scheme for my channel, and a few other colors that I have as complementary colors with it. So yeah. Now let's see. Next we have. Okay, so we have all this here. And now we need to dance. Okay, actually, now we need to create a little bit more sea level out here. But then we've essentially we've essentially created our initial mountain ridge now. Like I said, there's a lot of finessing we need to do. I'm actually pretty much with the, I believe it's the 9 or 1,000 or 6,000 layer. Let's see which colors. Yeah, with those layers and above, I'm actually pretty happy with. Like I said, we'll want to create the parallel ridges eventually, but for the most part, I'm happy with our topographies I've laid out with 6,000 and above. It's really when you get to 3,000 and below that we really need to shallow things out more dramatically than we have. Some much larger areas of at 3,000 feet and below. So, yeah. Okay. Our next stop on this wild ride. Yeah, and you'll notice that like we haven't even touched some of the other parts of this land. We've been focusing solely at the continental, or at the where the plates are colliding, because I figured we'll work a lot more on these other sections of the. My idea is that we will spread out from this area and then move from there. So, as I am happily enjoying my hot chocolate. Okay, so now we want to create or further work on what we currently have here. So let's lock our 500 level, and let's move to. We definitely don't want the 2,000 or 2,700 level. How tall do I want these? So this is 2,700, 21, or sorry, 27, 24, 21, 18. So these are 1,800 feet above sea level, at least. Somewhere between 1,800 and 2,100 feet. So, if I go down here, I think I want this one to be a little bit taller, so these will be at our 2,100 feet. So we'll unlock this one. We'll start creating some more ridges. So we kind of have this, if I zoom out just a little bit, so we have, while we are following the plates here, we've almost have this line right here that I kind of like a lot. So I kind of want to make something on that, along that line as well. So, let's see, I need to create kind of a secondary ridge. And that's not the color we need. So we will switch to, we're on 2,100. 27, 24, 21. There we are. So that's the color we need here now. So, and then we're going to create some more, a ridge of more peaks. That's a bit of a funky shape there. Kind of cool, but not exactly. There we are. So now we've got to adjust the underlying area as well to match this. So we've got to add more of our, lock that back up, go to 1,800, unlock that, draw a shape, and immediately have to worry about the color of it. So, I believe it's this color is our new color. Yep. Awesome. Wrong thing to do. There we are. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. You could probably tell that I'm not a graphic artist. Now this is all still a lot of new stuff for me. Ooh, that's not quite what. Oh, actually, I kind of like that though. Kind of, but not really. Oop. There we are. That's looking better and better as we carry on. Yeah. I kind of want this little dip right here as well. Kind of get a very, very, very high up valley. But I think, oh, it'd be cool if there's just a giant lake right there. I don't know how likely that would be, but I kind of like that idea. Whew. And I will say, what looks cool is definitely going to overshadow what is realistic. And actually, one thing I want to do, I want to go back up to the 2100 level. I want to add a little bit more of a curve to this, make it parallel this just a little bit more. So we're going to just move some of the shapes that we already have, and not worry too much about trying to. This one will actually just try and rotate some. And then we'll move over, yeah. It's a little bit better. Kind of just straightened it out though, which is not ideal. Oh, actually, we do need to unify that, because I do like that shape right there a lot. Okay. Wrong one. Actually, we'll swap these around. Ooh. That's an interesting thought there. Well, I have one more shape right here. I'm going to have to adjust the... wrong button. I'll have to adjust the color on that. That'll be fine. There we are. Nope, that does not fit in at all. Whoops, that's not the button I wanted either. There we are. That's better. Almost... There we are. That's what I was looking for. Ha-ha! Okay. And we need here... that one will just take on that. Yeah, there we are. We'll lock this back up, go back to 1800, and readjust things. Dang it, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, and there we are. Okay, that looks a lot better. Ta-da! Lock that layer back up, go to 1500. Oof. So this color here is our 1500. I think we can just do this right now, because this is... Hey! Sure, we'll work with that. Ta-da! We might have a little bit of a deeper section too in here, we'll see. But at least for now, this is a good start to this area. Okay. Our next thing is... Okay, I do like that actually a lot. That's... Yeah, actually, no, I kind of like that knife edge right there. Okay, ta-da! That's looking better and better as we carry on. 1200 feet is our next step with this color right here. Aye, that's not what I wanted to do at all. There we are. Okay, we've got that. Kind of want to actually... Okay, let's do this real quickly. There we are, let's do that. I have another idea. Give me one moment, please. I kind of want to... Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do this. Do that. Ta-da! Ooh, I like that a lot. Go back here. Just add a little bit of something right there. That's not quite what I intended to do. There we are. That should look a lot better. Yeah, there we are. That's a lot better. There's definitely gonna be a river flowing down here. Okay, so that's 2100. Now back to 9,000 feet above sea level. Hey. If I select that layer. And now I need to match that color. Ta-da! There we are. Okay, so our next thing would be keep this up, keep on doing what we're doing, and add more levels going down. Though that said, before we get too far into this, let me zoom out for a moment. So I do like that a lot. That adds a lot right there, I think. I do want to add one more, I think, because like right here. But not nearly as high. It's going to be more in this, that range. Oh, that's not the range we're on, is it? No. So let's see. 7, 4, 1, 8, 5. Okay, our 1500 range. So yeah, let's go back to our 1500s. And create just a little bit more something here. Dang it. There we are. Okay, there we are. Doo-ba-doo. Ah, that's not the button I meant to hit. There we are. That's the button I meant to hit. Okay. Realize this looks unnatural right now. This will look more natural once we get our surrounding topographies in place. Ooh, I like what that's going to do with this area where I had mentioned there might be others, likely a river. There's probably also likely, it's going to actually have some interesting, yeah. So how realistic is this? I don't know, but I like this. So we're rolling with this idea here. Just hit my tooth with my cup, that's not fun. Woo. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's call that that. Now we've got our 1200 level. Back to this. Boom. And let's get that color correct. There we are. Okay, that's starting to look good. Might do a little bit of cutting out around here some. I need... Yeah, I'm kind of going with some broader slopes here too, leaving some of our steeper slopes for some of our taller mountains here. Okay, let's see, I need... Where is it? This is the button I need. Actually, no, this is what I want right now. Let's actually take a moment. We're going to... If it's... Everything with that fill color. We're going to unify them. There we are, starting with that. Okay. So now I can... Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to just go ahead and plan to be down a color level. So we're going to take out some of these areas. So we're not going to notice too much of a difference right now. But it will be more apparent as we carry on here. Okay. That's looking better. Oh yeah, I want to do the same thing over here too, actually, while we're at it. So let's move up a level. where is this? I want to... That's not quite what I meant to do. Okay, man. Ooh, actually, that's what I need to do. File or edit. Select same color. There we are. Do that, and now we can do this and then this, and we can do that, and ta-da! There we are. And I can do the same thing up here as well. Add a small sliver of that color. So we get this very clear. We're moving down. Let's go back to 1200. Open up our tool here. Yeah, good enough. And then we just need to fill that. This color there. Ta-da! Awesome. We've got our valley there. So now we need to work on this valley more. I think I actually want to cut away just a little bit more of there as well. So, good thing we're on the right thing. So let's... Yeah, it should be a lot better. Ooh. See if that works. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Then I need to... Okay. We'll lock 1200, go up it down to 9000. And color in this whole region here. It's our new appropriate color. Awesome, and now we just need to continue our slopes downward. There we are. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. Okay, 6,000 now. Like I said, I'm not certain that this is necessarily the most realistic way to go about this. I don't know how much mountains actually form these kind of parallel ridges or not, but I like them for my own world building, so we'll roll with it. Okay, so that's our 6,000 level. Yeah, and actually I want to go back up to 9,000 for just a moment, and I just want to smooth this out. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There we are, just... And then give it the right color. Boom. Just a little bit more here. That's where I want. Yep. There we are. So close that down. We've already done our 6,000, so let's go down our 3,000 there. So this color here. Yeah, it's gonna be 7, 4, 1, 8, 5, 2, 9, 6, 3. Yes, this color here. Hold up. Did I? How did I sign wrong? I don't know. Okay, so sea level 1,000 or 5, 1, 15, 3. Nope, okay, I miscounted something over here, I think. It is what it is. Alright, but yeah, I think this is actually where we're going to stop for today. You've seen some of my progress on this, and like I said, this is still very rough. This is alright, now that I'm zooming out. There's more work to be done here, but I do like the concepts we have. Like, I think this ridge actually needs to be a level higher than it is. Yeah, I think we're on the right path. I think that's the important step, important thing. And that we're clearly starting to get some defined, very well defined, or I'm not saying very well defined. We're going to start to get some defined topologies, enough that we'll definitely, or that we'll no question be able to create everything that we need to in the future for our, or that we'll be able to really solidify our culture into this world, our society into this world, start creating histories and that sort of stuff, start really creating words and rituals and just life as we know it for our Flaunal and Avian creatures. So, on their alternate Earth. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with our progress today. I'm going to keep on working on this. This is going to be an ongoing process for a while. Don't worry, we're not going to be just streaming this. I do want to get back into streaming about our actual con culture and language, because it's been a moment since we've talked about those. So I do want to get back into that. Look forward to that in the upcoming weeks. Especially coming up on the first Wednesday in May is International Carnivorous Plant Day, so we can look forward to that. And yeah, thank you for everyone who joined me in today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your days, and goodbye!